Hello again. I'm sure that many viewers were taken aback when a BBC commentator remarked recently that the winning English women's football team was all white and that this indicated a lack of diversity. The thumbnail to this video shows a podium at the World Athletics Championships held in Oregon. It will be noted that the winning Canadian team, the American team which won the silver, and the British bronze winners all share a similar ethnicity. This is glaringly obvious, and yet nobody felt called upon to mention this lack of diversity. Not one white athlete, none of Chinese origin, not one of Indian heritage. Shocking or what? It's even worse than can be seen from this picture because all four members of the British women's team in the same event are also black. Two things strike one about this, one trivial and the other of great importance. The trifling matter is of course the rank hypocrisy of those who call for diversity when white people are doing well at something, but immediately fall silent when all black teams are fielded in this way. It must be strange to be a white liberal when you can at once spot when a group of people is entirely white, but are quite unable to notice if a bunch of folks are all black. It must be a bit like doublethink as described in 1984. There's a more serious point here though. It's frequently asserted that ethnicity is no more than skin deep, and that the only difference between black people and white is the colour of their skin. Since black people make up small minorities in the United States, Canada and Britain, do viewers really think that chance alone has caused all three of the teams shown in the thumbnail to this video to be entirely black? What about the British women's team? Is it pure coincidence that they're all black as well? Of course, it's nothing of the kind. A number of biological factors are at play here which make nonsense of the idea that race is only a social construct, as we are constantly assured. In the first place, black babies reach their gross motor milestones earlier than white children. They stand, walk, run and jump earlier than white children. Not only that, they are less likely to suffer from delays in the acquisition of these skills than are white children. This is international and cross-cultural. It has been seen alike in black children in American cities, those raised on farms in the Caribbean, and children born in the African rainforest. Black children simply develop faster than white ones, and that is a fact. It has nothing to do with upbringing. I give a reference for this in the description to this video. It may be connected with the fact that black pregnancies last for a slightly shorter time than those of white people, although this isn't certain. This then is one factor which might go some way towards explaining why there are so many black athletes and footballers. They simply start using their bodies at a younger age than white children, and this may give them an edge which persists to adulthood. The other edge which black people might have when it comes to competitive sport is that both men and women have higher levels of testosterone in their bodies. Top athletes of all ethnicities tend to have more testosterone than average, and so black people might well have an inbuilt advantage from the high levels of this hormone which they have. Young African American men, to give one example, have an average 15% more circulating testosterone than white men of similar age. I give references to this too in the description to this video. Of course, this leads us into very delicate territory because testosterone is also associated with aggression. In American prisons, those who have committed violent crimes and those who have been in confrontation with the prison guards are found to have higher levels of testosterone than white-collar criminals in prison. This is interesting because it is popularly supposed by many people that a higher proportion of violent crimes are committed by young black males. If so, then this extra testosterone might be associated with it. It's also sometimes suggested that black women, young black women in particular, tend to be more aggressive than young white women. Again, if it is so, it's possible that extra testosterone that black women have could play a part in this. In short, the fact that the American, Canadian and British teams on the podium at the World Athletics Championship are all black is probably anything at all but a coincidence, and it may shed light on other things which we see in society. It's becoming increasingly clear that the evidence for race being no more than a social construct is thin, and that evidence for essential biological differences between ethnic groups exists and needs to be considered